The Sleepwalker. I woke up with a pounding headache, the familiar sting of regret lingering in my mind. My routine kicked in: roll out of bed, groan at my reflection in the mirror, and then check if my car made it back home. It was there, as always, but this time, with a fresh dent on the side. I shrugged it off. Dings and scrapes were as common as my hangovers. They were badges of my reckless nights. Alcohol had become my constant companion, my escape from the mediocrity of my life. It dulled the edges of my mundane existence, made everything seem bearable, even enjoyable. But it also made me forget, and that was where the real danger lay. I'd wake up with no memory of how I got home, my nights a blur of faces and voices I couldn't place. Recently, things had taken a bizarre turn. I found myself sleepwalking. It started with small things like waking up in a different room, but then it escalated. I began waking up at my front door, my hand on the knob. It wasn't long before I found myself outside, wandering the streets in my sleep. One morning, I woke up riding a kid's bike back to my house. I tossed it near the shed, baffled at how I'd managed to ride it while asleep. My sleepwalking episodes became more frequent, more disturbing. I tried tying myself to the bed, but even that didn't stop me. Each night, I'd wake up further from home, always ending up at the same blue house down the road. It was like a magnet, drawing me in night after night. One night, I woke up in my backyard, dirt on my hands and a shovel by my side. I was digging a hole. The next night, it happened again, and again. Curiosity got the better of me, and I decided to keep digging while awake, just to see if there was something there. What I found made my blood run cold: a decaying body, buried deep in the earth. Panic set in, and I called the police. When they arrived, they treated the scene with the gravity it deserved. One officer, a stern-looking man with a no-nonsense demeanor, spoke to me.
"Mr. Turner, do you know this boy?"
he asked, holding up a photo. I shook my head, my mind racing. "No, I don't. I just found him here."
"The boy's been missing for a few months,"
the officer continued.
"He lived in a blue house a few blocks down, last seen riding his bike."
My heart skipped a beat. A blue house? I keep waking up there when I sleepwalk. The officer's eyes narrowed.
"Sleepwalking, you say? And what about that bike by your shed? It matches the description of the boy's bike."
My mouth went dry. I woke up riding it home one night. I didn't know where it came from. As the pieces fell into place, a horrifying realization dawned on me. The large ding on my car, the boy, the bike. I must have hit him that night. Panic and guilt surged through me, memories I had suppressed starting to surface. The blue house, my sleepwalking, the hole in my backyard. It all pointed to one thing. I had killed the boy in a drunken stupor and buried his body without even realizing it. The officer's voice broke through my thoughts.
"Mr. Turner, we'll need you to come down to the station for further questioning."
Numbly, I nodded. As they led me away, I couldn't help but think about how my selfishness and irresponsibility had led to this. My nights of drinking had cost a young boy his life, and now I had to face the consequences of my actions. One last thought raced through my mind as I was being cuffed. Was the cause of my sleepwalking the guilt of my conscience, or was it the will of the boy?
Thank you for listening to this terrifying twist tale. Please support this channel by liking and subscribing.